The annual fundraiser for Our Lady of Sorrows Church comes every 4th of July at the annual barbecue and festival, and they sell a lot of barbecue.
2,000 to 2,200 pounds of pork butts, and that can range from 1,950 to about 2,200 because of the boxes. Pork, ribs, 60 cases, 8, 9, 10 to a case depending on your type of pig. With the small spare ribs, we use the big spare ribs. And then we've got about 800 pounds maybe of chicken, 750, 800 pounds of chicken, up to 1,000 pounds of chicken halves. And then we have beef, top sirloin. We use the best top sirloin. He slices it for us into manageable pieces because they used to come in huge. Now we slice it in manageable pieces. So that's about 300-400 pounds there. Don't put anything on this one. This is all whole here.
Joe Falconer has been in charge of the barbecue since 1993. Like his father before him, Joe has put in thousands of volunteer hours to make this barbecue and festival a huge success year after year.
We've kind of set the grill up here. It's a combination grill, smoker, and convection oven. And as you can see on the tops, we have the dampers that control it. To keep from burning your hands, we've installed the little come-alongs where we can open the pit up and hook it on the chain right on the top there. And then inside, we installed 1/2-inch pipe with a 1,000-degree head fire head on the top. You can't really see it, but it's right here. And the key is we can keep the grill closed and still control the fire. And I'll show you down here. The 1/2-inch runs all the way down the length of the barbecue pit. Five doors, 40 feet long. We have a central petcock here that runs straight to the water line, and all we do is hit it, and you count, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you shut it off, and you keep the fire down, yet to keep the smoke and heat going. We have to clean out that's what we're here tonight to do, kind of get the pit cleaned out, and it holds probably 20 bags at once. We use hickory over here that's provided by Gardendale Firewood. Now firewood, you have to be careful because you can scorch the meat. You won't see a fire, but the heat is so strong, so that's what you control the dampers on. And we have one area of the grill in the middle right here that doesn't have any access for charcoal or wood. And what we use that for is, what we do is all the meat goes on, we marinate it every other turn it every 30 minutes. And the key is to make sure that we rotate the meat, because you'll have hot spots, because we'll be sitting here like you and I are right now, and you feel the wind blowing from the north. Well, then this side will get hot. Well, then all of a sudden you'll get a wind from that way, from the west. And you really have to gauge the temperature. You want to keep the temperature around 300 degrees, and the pit will hold right at 2,000 pounds of pork, 2,500 pounds of pork butts, boneless butts. But what I do is I go straight to the meat packer right here in town, SRA Foods. He delivers it on a drop schedule. We also buy our hickory charcoal from him. Yeah. So we use hickory charcoal and this. So he's able to deliver it, and then we use a refrigerated truck to hold everything in. And we follow every guideline of the health department. We thank God, knock on wood, never had anybody sick. We do everything with, as far as bleach and cleaning guidelines, everything. Our mindset changes completely. We have no drinks near the food. We wear gloves. There's no smoking. There's everything is done at a table. We eat over there. This is most important. We have somebody that continually walks the pit because, like I said earlier, a hot spot. Now the trick, when you take the boneless butts, we always start fat up. When you flip them after the first 30 minutes, and that fat goes, they burned a pit down there about 15 years ago. That fat is just so we have a man at each end with a hose, or at one end, and then we only open one door at a time, because if you open all the doors, so much oxygen gets in there, call the fire department. So we open one door at a time, at one end we watch for fire, hurry up, flip, turn it, close it, then we baste it every other turn with the vinegar and water solution.
This is Our Lady of Sorrows' 57th annual barbecue and festival. Over the past 14 years, Joe and his team have become experts at getting the meat just right. The meat has to be turned about every 30 minutes to keep it from burning. Barbecuing 2,000 pounds of meat at one time can be tricky.
Well, see, that's the thing. Every 35 minutes, but here's the problem. It takes almost 30 minutes to turn it. So once you get down here, it's time to go ahead and start back again. So we try to do 30, 45 minutes. Now, if it rains, then we're in big trouble because for some reason when it rains, it takes triple the amount of time to cook the meat. It's almost like the humidity in the water kills it. So what we end up doing is maybe flip it every hour so it'll cook slower, you know. The key to the grilling, we have a baste we use. It's 2 pounds of salt, a gallon, maybe 2 gallons of vinegar, and we fill the rest of the pot up. And we got that from an old gentleman that had barbecued since I think the first festival, like in the 50s. He passed that baste on. Very simple baste. We don't use anything else because for the general public, you want to have something that is not necessarily bland, but that'll fit 90% of the public. One of our best things we do is Tabasco dipped ribs, which are something that I created about 3-4 years ago. We marinate whole slabs ribs in Tabasco sauce and garlic cloves, and then we put it on the pit and we slowly beer baste it and put more sauce on it. And they come out tender, screaming hot, scrumptious, and we sell those to the guys at $15, $20 a slab usually for the gourmet ribs.